This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening, everyone. We begin tonight with new information on a deadly crash on I-29. Highway Patrol is now saying a 73-year-old woman was killed in the accident. A 72-year-old man was taken to Sanford with serious injuries. That crash happened just after 3 o'clock on the interstate right next to West Acres Mall. Highway Patrol says a pickup towing a trailer was stopped. They don't know why, and 2 people were outside the vehicle standing in a lane of traffic. An SUV wasn't able to stop quickly enough and rear-ended the pickup's trailer, hitting both people. New tonight at 10. After months of discussion, the Fargo City Commission voted to create the city's first ever police oversight and advisory board. It'll likely be made up of 7 people tasked with things like reviewing use of force investigations. Fargo PD says the need to create the board stems from requests from community members as trust and relations have strained throughout the last year. Also, new for you here on Valley News Live at 10. City officials say the Broadway Bridge in North Fargo must come down. Several things are being considered, including demolishing it completely. Valley News team's Nishay Taylor explores the controversial options.
This bridge in North Fargo sits on Broadway near 37th Avenue. It's been closed since February due to its poor condition.
This bridge, North Pier, is moving and it's not reliable anymore.
City officials are considering their options, including demolishing the bridge and not replacing it.
Should demolish it next year, regardless of what we plan to do, because it's a public safety hazard.
There's also the possibility of rebuilding the bridge.
I'd like to have the bridge open. It's kind of a shortcut for Northsiders.
One of the alternatives could come at the cost of buying out a group of homes on Royal Oaks Drive.
You get mixed feelings.
But this isn't the first time this neighborhood has been a target.
10 condos, but 4 twin homes went out and 2 big houses.
In the last couple of years, some homes were removed to make room for a new dike.
We've lost enough houses in North Fargo. We've given up a lot.
The most expensive option would be to build the longest bridge in the city. And one city commissioner didn't think it would be cost effective, as it would not be the most traveled bridge and would require sustainability.
If we're going to rebuild, the only real option here is a bridge that is designed and built to flood once every 5 years.
If the city does move forward with buying out houses, it could cost up to $2 million to pay off the homeowners.
I guess I wouldn't be against that. Kind of hate to move, but a buyout is a buyout.
But not everyone agrees, as some residents we spoke with say they just want to keep their home. In Fargo, Nishay Taylor, Valley News Live.
The Fargo City Commission is expected to discuss the proposals again on December 13th. Nathan joins us now with a first look at this week's forecast. Nathan?
Yeah, thanks, Stacy. This week looking pretty quiet for the most part, but of course I'm watching the weekend. We've got that Holiday Lights Parade in downtown Fargo-Moorhead. So here's what we're expecting: an early look ahead to this weekend. Saturday in the 20s during parade time. I am watching for the potential of some late light snow showers, mainly after parade time wraps up, it looks like, but increasing clouds through the day on Saturday, and some of those snow showers could continue into Sunday as well. Breezy conditions both days, middle 20s for those highs then on Sunday. So I guess good news is it'll be in the 20s and a little breezy for parade time, but I think the snowfall happens after the parade ends. But of course, hey, stay tuned. We'll keep fine-tuning that forecast as we get closer and closer to this weekend. We had some light showers move through this morning. Those exit off toward the east. Sunshine helped those temperatures warm up nicely. Now we're seeing a few blips of green on the radar across North Dakota, but those are weakening. May still see a few raindrops there in the Devil's Lake Basin, but by and large, things are low impact weather for this evening. But Stacey, a warm front coming through tomorrow brings the chance of some showers, both frozen and liquid kinds. So we'll talk about what that means for us and the impacts here in a few minutes.
You know, that's always my question for you. It's like snow showers or rain showers. All right. Thanks, Nathan.
Yeah.
A Lincoln Elementary School student was suspended for bringing a loaded gun to class today. 2 school shooting threats have been called into our whistleblower hotline just in the past month. The most recent stems from last week when a caller left a message saying they were going to shoot up a school today. But Fargo police say that call and today's incident are not connected. Fargo police say the child's parents could face charges. They're waiting for more information to come out of the investigation before determining their next move. A former University of North Dakota student is accused of stealing more than $330,000 in federal COVID relief money. Court documents show Enroy Duncan falsely stated his company, he called Home and Home Senior Care, had 17 employees and paid more than $1.6 million. But the indictment says Duncan's Grand Forks apartment was listed as the company's address and no record of the business could be found. 2 people are hurt after slamming into a beat truck in Polk County. That crash happened just after 1:30 this afternoon. Highway Patrol says 26-year-old Jordan Anderson was driving 77-year-old Renee Anderson, both of Michigan, North Dakota. They say Anderson failed to yield and crashed into a beat truck at the intersection of Highway 75 and Center Street. The 2 were taken to Altru in Grand Forks. The truck driver was not hurt. The CDC tonight strengthening booster shot recommendations in light of the Omicron variant, and at least 44 countries have imposed travel restrictions on several African countries. But as Camilla Bernal explains, there's still a lot to learn about this new variant.
With the new Omicron variant comes a renewed push for booster shots.
Get your vaccine, get your booster.
The CDC saying all adults should get boosted 6 months after the second dose of Pfizer or Moderna's vaccine, or 2 months after the single dose of Johnson & Johnson.
Big question for us, in addition to do the vaccines work, is will it really seed itself in countries and will it really outcompete Delta?
The new variant has not been reported in the U.S., but a growing number of countries have confirmed cases, including Canada. Across the border, New York City announcing an indoor mask advisory.
We have notification that it has arrived in Ontario, which is literally across the bridge from where I live. I can see Canada from my house.
Health officials say there are likely far more cases worldwide than is currently known, but more data is needed to understand the variant.
It's too early to tell. We really need to wait for them to give us the information.
In the meantime, dozens of countries and territories have imposed restrictions on travel from several African countries, leaving some Americans stranded.
It's been very confusing, and it just happened so fast.
And some experts say travel restrictions might slow down the spread, but they likely won't stop it.
We can't prevent the spread of this virus across borders.
If needed, Moderna says they could begin testing and making an Omicron-specific vaccine in 2 to 3 months. Pfizer is prepared to adapt their vaccine within 6 weeks and ship initial batches within 100 days. Here in Fargo, a local doctor is urging the valley not to panic over the variant. Sanford's Dr. Avish Nagpal says it's still too soon to tell if the current vaccines will protect against the new strain, as it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to gather and review data. He says new variants of COVID are something we'll likely have to live with forever.
We are all a little on the edge given our experience of the last 2 years. So we may be overreacting a little bit right now. It's always good to be cautious, but we have to be careful not to panic.
Dr. Nagpal says with the vaccine and many therapies, as well as several antiviral medications coming up the pipeline, there's no need to cancel any upcoming holiday plans or change the way you're living. North Dakota's Attorney General Wayne Stenjum was one of many in the nation to challenge the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services vaccine mandate for healthcare workers. And today, a federal judge has temporarily ruled in their favor. A U.S. district court has temporarily blocked the Biden administration from enforcing the mandate on any Medicare and Medicaid certified healthcare providers and suppliers in North Dakota, saying CMS doesn't have that authority. Meanwhile, NDSU employees have been told they have until January 4th to get their shot. North Dakota State University President Dean Brashani is notifying all employees that they must have received the full series of vaccines and provide proof to NDSU or have received an exemption by the 4th. The mandate does not apply to students unless they also work for the school. President Biden will be in Minnesota tomorrow for the first time since he was campaigning. He'll be at Dakota County Technical College in Rosemount, touting his new infrastructure plan. The college has programs in place to train the next generation of workers, which will build, operate, and maintain many areas of infrastructure spelled out in the new plan. Air Force One is scheduled to land at Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport shortly before 1:30 p.m. The president will speak at 3:30. Today's the last day to update child tax credit information with the IRS. Any families who want to opt out or make changes to their payment information for the last child tax credit payment of the year must do so in the next 40 minutes. The last monthly payment for the year is scheduled for December 15th. For more information, check out our website, valleynewslive.com. Continuing coverage tonight on preparation for Fargo's Holiday Lights Parade. Event planners are now looking for volunteers to help keep the route safe. City leaders are on alert after an SUV plowed into a Christmas parade in Wisconsin, killing 6 people and injuring dozens more. We told you last week the planners are making adjustments for the parade, like having people watch from behind a concrete barrier in some spots. And tonight they're asking for your help. City leaders need volunteers to watch and block intersections with Fargo PD during the parade. To sign up, just click on this story on valleynewslive.com. The Holiday Lights Parade kicks off downtown Saturday night at 6:30. And it's the second day of Hanukkah. Yesterday, the first night of Hanukkah was celebrated at the White House with the annual lighting ceremony. Kamala Harris's husband is the first Jewish spouse of either a U.S. president or a vice president. This is also the first Hanukkah to be officially celebrated in the vice president's residence. Still ahead tonight, we'll take you to Bismarck, where a major murder trial is getting underway.
For this evening, temperatures in Fargo cooling slowly but surely into those middle 20s there. North wind around 10 to 15 miles per hour. In Grand Forks, a little bit cooler. Expecting just some middle 20s there as well, northwest winds. But tomorrow, warm front brings some south winds, but also some shower chances. I'll break down your full forecast next.